Sakamoto days, Sakamoto days. What are the chances you actually develop these characters? What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here from Fat Humans to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact. I'm mixed. Here's the thing, right? I did think Sakamoto Days was having a little itty bitty return to form once we started Nagamo versus Oki. But it is scaring me a little bit because we're introducing more characters. So like which is it? Which is it, Suki Sensei? Has the final battle start? Are we engaging in that, or do we still have more time? Because Suzuki Sensei, I hate to remind you, but the only new characters that you introduce for our antagonist side that have been properly characterized is Torres. As much as I like Gozu's barely a character. Do you even remember that Tenkyu exists? I mean, he was actually pretty well established as a character, to be fair. But he hasn't popped up in forever. You haven't done anything with that guy. Remember Tanabata? Sometimes I question if you do, because all that guy does is strum people. He had one interesting character moment right at the start of Shin 1v... How many was it? 1, 2, 3... It was 3 new order members, and then Kumanomi and Uzuki. 1v5ing the main villain, but regardless, dude, you already have so many characters that you have yet to properly extrapolate on. And don't get me wrong, I get why he's introducing more characters, because he kind of stacked the cards too heavily in favor of the heroes. That's even what Nagamo sort of implies. Last chapter and chapter prior, gang, you're outnumbered 2-1. Because realistically, who does Suzuki have with Osaragi, Kamihate, and Shishiba? I don't know why my brain left on Shishiba. With those 3 leaving, the strongest assassin group in history is Suzuki, Kumanomi, technically Kanaguri, but that guy hasn't done it. He's been there, but he's only focused on... My brain was saying 50 different names there. He's only focused on Akira, who technically also is on Suzuki's side, but very clearly has conflict with that. So you don't even know what her role is going to be. It's the only official characters that we've seen engage with as actually new order members who we know are concretely fighting people are Uzuki, Kumanomi, Torres, Oki, and Tanabata. That's 5 characters. Do you know how many people are on the good guy side? Sakamoto, who admittedly is out right now, but you know he's going to be back, titular character. Shin, Nagamo, Shishiba, Osaragi, Kamihate, Heisuke, Boiled, Kindaka, Yotsumura. That's 10. Who else am I missing? Because I know I'm still missing more. Heck, all the kids that are still at the JCC, from Seiba to Amane to... That's 12. To Toromaru to... What's his name? I always forget his name. Myfuyu? 14. Dog. And I think I'm still missing, that's the thing, they're so, the villain cast is so heavily outnumbered, and unfortunately, Suzuki Sensei, you've done nothing but bang your new villain cast in the foot, essentially, by making them do solo debuts to Shin. So I get why you're introducing more characters, but at the same time, I would prefer if you just double down on what you have right now. Keep up what you're doing. Ultimately, Oki stocks were kind of in the trash. I give credit to everyone who purchased Oki stocks. Because admittedly, I was buying them at first. If you can go back to Post Museum, I was buying Oki stocks like crazy. But then they kind of weren't paying off all too well, so I dumped them. And many other people dumped them. But then Suzuki Sensei, power scaling or not, you bumped Oki stocks back up by actually having them put up a decent fight against Nagamo so far. So you could have just done that for Gozu and Tanabata. And you could have just spread, I don't know, man. Introducing more characters at this point. I mean, I want to have faith in Suzuki Sensei, but dog, I'm not sure how relevant these guys are gonna be. I don't know. But let's see. Let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 224, Security Escort. Maybe I really hope we don't just follow the. But then again, we do need. I just said it. We do need time with these new characters. But I still do want to see the rest of Oki versus Nagamo. We kind of shot last chapter in the foot by cutting away from an infinitely more interesting battle to introduce these randoms. I don't know. I please let us at least continue that. Let's see. The reason I wanted to continue so badly is I do not want a repeat of Nagamo versus Gaku. Admittedly, while thematically I can definitely see Oki versus Nagamo being a lot more like relevant and built into the story than Nagamo versus Gaku, which was merely just an aura off. But like the issue I have with Nagamo versus Gaku is that it ended off screen. Like we got a good, decent chunk of the way through that fight, and then Suzuki and Sensei never showed us the rest of it. It kind of just ended. Like Gaku got diffed off screen. I don't like that. Please don't let the same thing happen to Oki. Please. Let's see. Or vice versa. Even if, because I've seen a lot of people saying, well, Oki may actually beat Nagamo, which I think would be absolutely insane, but still, we can live with it. We can rock with it. Show it to me. Don't off-screen it. Let's see. Chapter 224, Security Escort. Hey, big bro. Doesn't Tokyo smell kind of smell bad to you? I mean, if they're from, like, the countryside, I guess the city would probably smell pretty bad. Let's see. I can't believe people live like this. Let's go home. Yeah, they probably do live in the countryside. Sorry, I know you just arrived, but we gotta put you right to work. We're a bit short on elite fight. Yeah! That's it, but like, Suzuki says, whose fault is that? It's you! No, I'm kidding. No, obviously, you know, like, it technically is his fault because, like, the pro tags have taken no losses. They're only up. They're down one man in Hyo, and that's forever ago. So, and notably, the antagonist cast is taking L after L after L after L, and certain antagonists just aren't really being antagonists. Like, honestly, because obviously the kids, unless they randomly get buffs, they're fodder, right? Like Toromaru and Ifuyu and even Amane. Like let's say they're not relevant, right? If we just lock it down to like actual relevant combat, the issue is though we added Osoragi, Kamihate, and Shishiba, so like that actually still leads to a numbers gap. But like, say Uzuki picked up and forgave Tenkyu, right? That's one more. That say Kanaguri is like actually inspired to fight because Akira's just doubling down, so we'll add those two as well. Then we would have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5 being Kuminomi, Uzuki, Kanaguri, Akira, Torres, Oki, and Tanabata. So that's 7. That's 7. Who am I missing? Oh, and then we'll throw Tenkyu in there to make it 8. Then that'd be 8 against 8 relevant top tiers from the protagonist side, aka your Shins, your Heisukes. Well, let's talk about the beginning of the narrative. This allows for this, where you have Shin, Heisuke, Kindaka, Yotsumura, Nagamo. Who am I missing? Shishibo, Osoragi, and Kamihate. So, like, technically, you actually could have an 8 versus 8 setup if you use the characters you had established already. But we're adding new characters. So, like, I don't know. We'll have to see. And once again, I do hope he didn't just completely forget about Tenkyu. I don't know. Like, I want to have faith in Suzuki Sensei, but we'll see. Let's see. We're a bit short on elite fighters at the moment. Sweet, let's do this. Huh? This guy. I hope he's strong. I hope he's strong and has aura, dog. Because so far he's not leaving a good first impression. Let's see. Who is this though? El Tigre, is that you? If anyone gets that reference, you old just like me. I mean, is that what the cool kids would say? Is that ball knowledge, El Tigre? I mean, like, what's getting, is it Nickelodeon or is it Cartoon Network that's getting shut down? I feel like I keep hearing that, and then it never happens, but, like, I think one of my, like, childhood cartoon show channels is, like, being permanently shut down. Like, this guy reminds me of, obviously it's not El Tigre. What was his father's name? It's been so long since I consumed any media from that show. Hold on, my brain is screaming El Matador, but I don't think it was El Matador. Hold on, El Tigre father. What was his hero name? LT, because like down to the suit, like if he literally just had a if there wasn't like a white button down, if he had a blazer, I think he'd literally just be an exact rip from that show. You have this Manny Rivera, El Tigre, his son of the legendary hero known as White Pantera. Yeah, this guy reminds me directly of White Pantera. From the tie to the mask to the, well, actually no, that there is a little bit of difference. He has seemingly, like, I'm not even sure what kind of shoes these are, but he has like colored slacks. Meanwhile, White Pantera had dark, like, black slacks on, black gloves, which I'm not sure. He has hands in his pockets here, and then the mask, and then like a white blazer, a white button up covered by a white blazer with a tie. So interesting. That's what this immediately gives me flashbacks to. But I guess this is another new character. But I'll admit, he's low-key aura from him right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see. That dude looks fierce. He is. He low-key got aura. Let's see. He's huge. What's your deal? I mean, like, does it really matter? Yo, so he looks tough. You better be tough. Yeah, like, I'm like, so look, and you know what? I'm fine with character diversity. Don't get me wrong, and I think that's what this is. I think this is character diversity. He's probably gonna be like the strongest new guy, like, assuming just based on how he's being hyped up in the last chapter, and typically how these sort of characters go. He reminds me a lot of. Is that spoilers for Gachikuta? Can I say that? There's a character in Gachikuta who it was also like very, very nervous, and meek, and like very like very jumpy. But he actually is secretly, strangely, one of the strongest characters we've seen so far. I know he's not the strongest. I know he's not the strongest. For the Gachikuta fans fall at the heavens and be like, pencil man up. Sorry! I know he's not the strongest. Well, we don't, but you know exactly, like, if you read Gachikuta, you know the exact character I'm talking about. He's low-key, like, top 5. Okay, maybe not top 5. He's at least top 10, though. He's at least top 10. He's actually kind of insane. Crack. For his 1 feet. His 1 feet, that actually still is insane. Let's see. He looks tough. You're not the only ones we scouted. If you want to rise through the ranks quickly, just outperform the other noobs. Gozu, if you want to rise through the ranks quickly, I need to see you do some damage to somebody. Like, real incapacity. I know he fought Shishiba, but Shishiba was already damaged and fatigued. That doesn't count. Gozu, you need to do something, dog. I love your design, man, but you need to cook. You need to do more than ore farming. I'm down for some ore farming. I dabble in a little bit of ore farming myself. Sometimes. But you need a little bit more than ore farming. I'm telling you. Let's see. If you want to rise through the ranks quickly, just outperform the other noobs. Well, you're essentially already adding them to the order. You literally just said you're out of elite fighters. So what ranks do they really have to rise through? Let's see. Oh, that won't be necessary. I know a quicker way. Right, big bro? Sheena, no! Was she gonna try and boom him? What? Oh, well, I guess she did have a bag on her. But alright, so we have another ranged fighter. I guess technically we do need that with Kamihate gone. Because now I think about it, in the order, who's left that's... Well, technically Gozu's range with his lightning. So we actually, no, we technically do still have 2, like, ranged to mid-rangers. I guess Gozu's also, like, close. Gozu actually, now I think about it, he covers all ranges. He covers the close range with the claws. He covers the mid-range with lightning bolts and the claws. And then he covers long range with just the straight bolts. And Kumino can do the same thing. She can either throw projectiles, she can attach things to herself, or she can, like, wheel something around in the short range like a sword. So, having another, like, pure long ranger, and who knows, maybe she can fight with this seemingly mini Spagooter, but I guess it makes sense. Presumably this is going to be our person who's going to fight Heisuke and Kamihate, I'm guessing? Considering she's the, if we're adding her to the range group that is the antagonist cast, she's the only ranger that is actually using a firearm, where our protagonists only have Kamihate and Heisuke who do that. I mean, every other character can, like, use a firearm, but, like, they don't typically do it. Let's see. Is it Yoo-hoo? I guess. Yoo-hoo! Okay. Did he even bother to gang? I once again, don't ore farm to your own detriment. Let's see. Huh! It's a shooting spree. Whoa! Hey, that guy's still alive. Should we call an ambulance? Oh, did he just eat that? For what? Let's see. Something's weird about this dude. Could be his body or his clothes. So he did just face tank that. Bulky skirt on the verse? What is this? Who's this? Let's see. You're a lunatic. Why do you say that about your own sister, dog? Well, I mean, like, you're not wrong, but, like, dude, come on, that's your sister. Let's see. Jeez. What did oh, his mask says kill. Uh-oh. Let's see. What did I ever do to you? Man, people always treat me like a bad guy. Prepare to die, you little turd. Speaking of Gachikuta, turd? Really? It is impressive. It is impressive. And, like, notably, I do a lot of self-censoring sometimes. If you're ever reading along with me, and then you'll hear me say something that is fundamentally different from the text that's on screen, because I self-censor a whole lot. Because, you know, I like my channel existing. But, with it being the case, on top of that, the most instantaneous way to siphon out every last drop of ore you just gained from face-tanking shots from Mini Spagooter. You little turd. Like, I tried to give you the most deep, gravelly, most ore farming voice I could without just ripping off Taurus's voice. And you just opened it and drained it. First, you had me feeling good because you referenced White Pantera. I know it's not like a direct reference. I highly doubt since they had any reference. I mean, maybe you do out there, but like that is the reason I said it may be ball knowledge because that's not deep. But like I think the thing stopped airing like before the 2010s even started. Like it was a while ago. Like I'm old, so I don't think it's a direct reference to that. It's probably just reference to wrestlers in general. But at the same time, dog, you had all that aura, and now it's just gone. You're a bum just like the brother. Let's see. Your voice is surprisingly high. And it's supposed... Okay, so yeah, he will... How high am I making it? How high am I making it? How high am I making it, huh? I was trying to give him a deep aura for my voice, but clearly, while he may have the bulk, he may have the raw gains and stats like that, it's clear this fellow does not deserve any sort of deep rumble and rasp.
How high am I making it? Huh? I can make it even higher. I can make it real high. But you know what? I won't make it this high. Because I don't want to torture you. I don't want to torture you. Especially for my poor headphone users. I know this sounds absolutely nightmarish.
So I won't do that. I won't. For the sake of you and me. Notably enough, though, because I'm not sure for any of my former athletes, maybe, but like for any of my former singers and or drama students out there, you may know the falsetto. I'm not sure if this is like this for anyone else. I know a couple of friends who did music with me previously, and notably, as long as I just fully shift the palette to the falsetto, it actually doesn't put any strain on my throat.
I don't know why. Like once I get high enough, I can just do this forever. I've got an entire day just like this, no problems at all. It's not even like this isn't even breathy or anything. Like this is just it.
I don't know why. I have no idea why. Heaven forbid I go deep down low into the register though. Then that'll like drain my stamina infinitely more. I don't know why, but falsetto doesn't actually bother me all too much. But I'll figure out a voice for this guy. This unfortunately auraless guy. I like so much aura for me. Let's see. Okay, Gozu. So everyone except the little brother is going aura for aura right now, and looks like Gozu's reminding us, hey, I may have just been reintroduced, or technically introduced properly. I may have literally no feats on anybody except for a fatigued and damaged Shishiba, but that doesn't mean I still can't aura farm. Stop. But dude, you did no damage. Well, then again, I can excuse this instance of no damage from Gozu, even though I'm gonna need some damage from you, Gozu, eventually. Gozu, like, once again, you can't just subsist off aura and nothing else. You need to do something. But I can let this instance of not doing damage slide because he literally just recruited these people. They're his co-highs, and he's like, I need you to chill out. I want to actually boom you. So, like, I don't think this is a Gozu downscale. For once. The boiled punch was a Gozu downscale. This I don't think is a Gozu downscale. Because very specifically, he's using his lightning as, like, just a light tase. Obviously, it looks like lightning bolts. But still, a tase to be like, chill, stop, not that deep. Let's see. Crackle. Uh-huh. Sheena, it's your big bro. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I would believe it. Squabble all you want later. Right now, save your energy. Oh, okay, let's see. The battle's long begun. You're all killing prodigies who have been smoldering quietly behind the scenes. Now it's time to show us what you've got. All right, so this is our new cast. The former police officer, the masked mama. Yo, someone gave me so much hope. Someone put on last week's video was like, "Hey, Pencil, looks like your theory from forever ago was right. Takamura was reincarnated into a baby." Because the baby calmed down at the sight of blood, and that's like, I'm not sure how old the baby is, and I forget how long it's actually been since the museum arc, but it could be canon. And this woman gave birth to the reincarnation of Takamura. I just need to see the baby hold a katana or like a little baby sword. Like if I could just get that would do me so good, dog. That would do me so good. That would be the fan service I'd live for. But let's see. Now if we add these 5, because it's 5, does that even out our numbers a little bit? I think it does. Because even with going with the main 5 left of the order group of Kuminomi, Uzuki, Torres, Oki, and Tanabana, then we add 5 more. That's 10. And then, of course, we have, especially with Sakamoto removed, we have Nagamo, Shin, Heisuke, Kamihate, Osaragi, Shishiba, Kindaka, Yotsumura, and then you can throw in some of the JCC kids there. So yeah, this does balance the narrative a little bit. So I'm hoping these guys do something. I just genuinely, especially with how Uzuki himself wasn't allowed to do anything serious, I just highly doubt any of these guys are gonna be able to do anything serious to our cast. I don't know. I don't see. I don't like and. I think I gotta get out of that mindset though. I do agree with a lot of people. I gotta stop focusing so much on like the power scaling and the damage to this, damage to that. But at the same time, it is true. It's a struggle for me. One, because I would classify Sakamoto Days as a battle manga first, comedy manga second. Like, unfortunately, that's kind of how I would characterize the fighting manga as a fighting manga. So my brain is naturally going to lean more towards power scaling. But especially considering the plot has been so heavily focused on combatants and very specifically their strength level and how they're interacting with each other, it is hard for me to like disconnect from, okay, these characters aren't really doing anything. They're kind of irrelevant. They don't really get any time to actually develop themselves. They just jump and don't do anything. So I'm hoping these guys, once again, we continue the more one-on-one encounters. And if something tells me we're really not going to see the end. Are we not going to see? I mean, maybe towards the end of this chapter. We're only 7 pages in. Let's see. I don't think we're going to see it. I don't think we're going to see it. Are we not going to even get a hint? Please, give me a panel of Nagamo versus Oki. Let's see. Slur and his gang are combing the city for us right now. I was just talking with Saba and... Oh, Lou! So good to see you, Lou. If only you were still relevant. Though, apparently, I've gotten more context for Lou and why she's kind of, like, disappeared from the manga. Apparently, it was like apparently Sakamoto Days was almost canceled when her arc was going on. Like, apparently that was, like, a long-held remnant of that, because Lou recently got animated in, Core 2. She had her, fight. Her last fight in the manga, which is still crazy. Like, it's been literal years since Lou's done anything relevant. It's literally always been her boy that's done more stuff. Like, her connections to her family, like, all that just completely out the window. But apparently, it's because her arc, like, nearly killed Sakamoto Days. So, I'm assuming that's just, like, Suzuki-sensei having a fear of letting her be relevant for the fear of Sakamoto Days could get canceled again. And in that case, then I get it. But, man, it's still so unfortunate. I feel like she had so much potential, dog. I feel like she still does, but... Especially if the kids are going to be relevant. I feel like Lou could be relevant again, but I don't know. It's just so late. And we already have so many characters on the good guy side that adding Lou would actually probably overbloat, and rather overbloated cast already. Let's see. I was just talking with Saba, and the JCC has an ICU, and it's safer than Tokyo. Is Shin coming here? Sakamoto saved the JCC. I mean, yeah, but you're telling me they wouldn't look there? Really, they wouldn't look at the JCC? It reminds me of that scene from Dragon Ball Bridge where they're like, probably took him to Roshi's. That's like the second place we'd look. But they did take him there for a little bit. He just got out in time. So like, you're taking Sakamoto to the JCC? That's the second place that they're gonna look if they can't find him in the city. Sakamoto saved the JCC. We're transferring Mr. Sakamoto to the JCC. Yeah, but see, look at this. Look at this. It's this guy again. Who I think his name is Liu Tang. The thing, and her name is Lou. I genuinely don't remember this guy's name. But I've already arranged for secure transport. This guy does everything. He's already been more important than Lou, which is actually genuinely insane considering he's supposed to be the side character of her story. Let's see. Wow, it's big. The boss should be comfy in here. We're all relocating. Lou, if only you could relocate yourself back into the plot. Let's see. We're going to the assassin school? Oh, Hana! I kind of thought the narrative forgot about you too. So maybe Tengu does have a chance of coming back. Let's see. We're going to the assassin school? Yeah, the food's terrible, but we'll have to make do. Actually, I'm gonna stay here. Oh, sorry, yo. Are you not gonna teach Shin? Okay. Now this is me looking at it narratively, all right? So this is for those who get sick and tired of me power scaling. Let me pull out the narrative and like character analysis stuff for this one. Putting all the power scaling aside, what is the point of Atari's character? What is the point of this character? She's taught Shin nothing. The whole point of the jail prison arc was specifically to beat Atari so she could teach Shin stuff. He didn't learn jack from her. He learned everything else by sheer happenstance and circumstance and luck. Which I guess, didn't he learn things by luck? Oh, would you look at that? But still, dog, what's the point of this character? I genuinely don't know. She's just been self-deprecating and actively damaging narrative instincts. I don't know, man. It feels so weird. She has to teach Shin something. It cannot just have been her getting 2 cool scenes of luck, then we're gonna remove all of her luck from her, then she's not gonna teach Shin anything about ESP, which is the one thing you're supposed to learn from her about. Remember Kendaka? Kendaka, you're here. In fact, where is Yotsumura? I'm still wondering where Yotsumura is. But Kendaka, you're here. You're the one who recommended that Shin went in there to go get her. To go find her. Why? What is she doing? Let's see. Huh? Interesting that Boiled of all characters is the one to get an exclamation point reaction panel. Atari, that is a rough looking Shin panel. I don't have any luck left. It's dangerous here. Come with us. Man, man, Shin, you're just looking rough in the chat. Let's see.
Don't touch me. There's no telling what kind of misfortune I could attract. I can't risk everyone dying because of me.
Sensei, what's the point of this character? Okay, maybe I'm being me. I think this is the hater in me coming out again. But like, what? Why? Like, what did he like? Atari, I hate to say this, dog. No one cares. Like, honestly, you kind of hit the peak of misfortune, and nothing happened. Well, obviously, Sakamoto was down for the count for a little bit. Like, nothing really happened. No one really perished. No one exploded. No one died. That's supposedly after your biggest stroke of misfortune yet, after you burned all your luck that you already had run out of, but because Sugi Sensei forgot, or at least hoped that we would forget, you now then had. Atari, hate to say this. like generally, you're kind of just taking space, and like in a manga that already has characters fighting for space. And Lou, I'm sorry, do you even know this woman? Let's see, huh? Oh, even Hana's getting in though. Let's see. Leaving behind a scared, trembling girl would be even worse. Ow. She may end up getting your husband killed. I think I'm lagging a little bit. Hold on. But I mean, like, it wouldn't, like, I'm not saying leave her behind, but like, you could leave her behind. She's not helping. Like, she's like, obviously I'm assuming. Let me stop being mean. Let me look for this meta narratively, right? Presumably, we're having all this time with Atari, and her feeling guilty about her misfortune and her inability to use luck because she's used up all of it and all this, so she can do something luck related again in the future, right? Or B, do something non-luck related based on her connections and stuff like that, and she's gonna still be important relative later on to saving someone's life or something like that. Again, like she did with the tunnel effect, she's gonna do something like that again later. That's why the character's still being kept around. That's why the character keeps getting this focus, because she's still gonna end up being somewhat relevant. Presumably to pull a character out of a jam, whether that be Sakamoto, most likely Shin. That's the point of the character. All right, she's sort of buff Shin and or save Shin ex machina. Like that. Let's be complete. She's the Kairi to Shin Sora. For my Kingdom Hearts fans, you know exactly what that means. And trust me, coming from me, a massive Kingdom Hearts fan, that's not a point of praise. If I'm saying you're the Kairi to someone's Sora, it's not a good thing for your character. But that's why she's here. But like, I kind of don't like that she feels that narrative purpose. So like you could just tank you her. Like honestly, the more we leave the museum arc and like the little fight in the aquarium behind, the better. Let's see, would be even worse. We're not the type to rely on. Wait, that is not Boyle's voice. We're not the type to rely on luck to survive. Well, funny thing you say that, Boiled. Very funny thing you say that, because it's actually quite the opposite. Luck is unscientific. There's no evidence it exists. Also, in this case of this manga, just generally, why does everyone look so rough this chapter? So, Sensei, were you tired? Let's see.
On the TV, horoscope channel said my luck today is great. You can sit next to me.
I genuinely do believe that, though. Once again, with luck actually being an established part of this universe.
Everybody, I'm so sorry.
Like, am I mean? I think I'm just a mean. I think I'm just a bad person. I think I'm just a generally bad person, because this is doing nothing. Like, I just do not care about Atari as a character, and I don't like her. I think it's me not liking how she's used, which is me conflating with me not liking her character, but I also just don't think her character's that interesting. I think her ability was interesting when it was first being used, especially against the guy who was from the flashback and like had the spirit thing, and like her using the luck against it. Like that was actually interesting to see, and how Sugi Sensei built environmental damage like into the character. Like that was cool. But like the character itself, I've just never really been a fan of. And like, we're on page 11. I'm not getting Nagamo versus Oki. That fight's gonna end up off panel again. Nagamo's gonna get another fight, which seems really, really cool in concept and started really good in execution. And then we're gonna cut away from it, and we're never gonna see the rest of it, are we? At least not for this. Like, I'm hoping maybe next chapter. Let's see. Sakamoto's all loaded up. My glorious, handsome King Kendaka. Where's your brother? Or not, obviously not brother, but where is Yotsumura? Let's see. Let's go. JCC, here we come. Just these faces right here. They just are what Lou is. Just a smiling background face who does nothing. I'm sorry, it hurts me so much. Let's see. I ain't been to the JCC in years. What? Well, yeah, I guess that is true. He that was the whole point of his backstory back when he first developed his. In fact, is he ever gonna get those back? Like his exploding punches? Like, is he ever gonna get those things back? He's kind of just been fighting at base. Like, Boyd, you kind of lost your gimmick, dog. Are you ever gonna get this back? Let's see. It's deep in the mountains, about 2 hours from here. How's Sakamoto doing? Who says his vitals are stable? Oh, no. I'm assuming that's how's Sakamoto doing. That's Boyle asking that, and then Lou says his vitals are stable. Yo, shout out to Granny Mia also coming in and hooking up and being the main dog. Like she's cooking, dog. Let's see. So yeah, everyone's here. Everyone's standing. Oh, poor Al. It's really like I know she has context with the assassin world now, but still, that's gotta be rough to see your dad in such a state. Let's see. Papa. Oh, who's this? Darn, we got company already. We expected as much. I thought you said this was secure transport. I already arranged for secure transport my foot. It hasn't even been 5 pages. Let's see. Atari, you are not that relevant. And why? Okay. It is just, no. Now that I think about it, I know why characters are looking rough. Because so many, well, actually, no. It's just because Atari's nose has always been kind of weird. But, like, she's consistently drawn without a nose. Again. Hana's here, Al is here drawn without a nose. Like, what is, I don't know. Like you could just put the little, like, that's typically how I do all my noses. You do not have to do too much with it. Let's see. Hey, Sky. Yeah. Who is this guy, though? Is this, oh, okay. Hey, Sky immediately going for, well, I'm guessing he was. Okay, this is, actually, do we get this guy? Does this guy have a name? I'm just gonna call him Pantera if he never got a name. Actually, I don't think he got a name. Yeah, so, Pantera here, he is just, like, basically in his, oh, no, that's actually even crazier. He snatched the bullet out of the air. I thought he punched it. No, he grips it. He grabbed the bullet and just, okay, Pantera, so let's see. But then again, he has a high-pitched voice. And he called the girl a turd. Little turd. I want to give you credit for aura for me, dog, but let's see. I'm always the bad guy. Huh. I'm always the bad guy. Huh. See, I don't want to, like, it's so, like, why do you have to include that detail? I would just kept, okay, I'll leave this to y'all. Do I give him a higher pitched voice? Or do I give him a deeper voice to match, like, his build better? For this, I'll keep just a neutral voice in between. And if y'all prefer that, like just let me know whether you want a neutral voice, a higher pitch voice, or a deeper voice matching the build. Like, just let me know. I'm always the bad guy. Huh? Yeah, he just flicks the bullet away. Hey, Ski, you can fire multiple times though. Let's see. Who's this freak? Good question. We don't actually know his name. Okay. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So he digs his hand into the ground, rips up the concrete, and then tosses it. All right. And they basically act as like gunshots off the truck. All right. Eek. Fine. Oh, okay, Shin, you better lock in. That's not Shin. Heisuke. Oh, well, he actually dented him at least a little bit. It looks like he's gonna kind of went. Okay, Heisuke. But buddy, pal, amigo, what? why are you the long-range combatant getting in close range? I think this would be Shin or Kandaka or literally anybody else's job. Heisuke, this is not your role. Yeah, even Shin's like, dude. And Kandaka's in the back like, y'all do realize I'm the fastest assassin, right? Like, I could kick this guy off his bike and then run back to the truck. Why are y'all getting out? Heisuke, why? Why? Heisuke! Hey, Heisuke, we're getting out too! I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Kandaka or Shin speaking. Heisuke! We're getting out too! Yeah, Kandaka, just do it. Yeah, we're not seeing it. Not this chat. Okay, so... you just tickle my toes just to let me down, man. Like, you set up such an interesting battle. And, like, this is an interesting conflict too, right? Like, I already do like this Pantera guy, even if he seems like a little bit off in certain ways. Like he lost some aura, and he has a high-pitched voice, apparently. Or higher pitch than you'd think looking at him. But, with it being the case, I wish you, like, could you wrap it up? Like, oh, you left it in such an interesting spot. Dude, they had just drawn their weapons. We can't see even a little bit. Just a little bit. But let's see. Blank. Okay, so Heisuke, why are you running the ones with a fizz fighter? Like, dog, you're running the ones with a fizz fighter after he just caught your shot? Are you stupid? Like the genuine question. Is he dumb? Like what? Why is he deciding this is the time to be all righteous and run ones? Dog, this is not the point for this. Especially against a guy who can catch it. Like, you are actually the worst person to fight Pantera here. Let's see. Huh? Heisuke? Shin? Oh, presumably he's reading Heisuke's mind, I'm guessing. Heisuke. Step on it, Boiled! What about Heisuke? Oh, see? Even Boiled's like, wait, what about my boy? Let's see. Hurry! Oh. Ah, okay. So I guess maybe we are the final arc? I'm not sure. Because we're getting a run back. Idiots. You thought you could get away? Oh, you poor thing. Your friends ditched you. You're... Well, yo, long time no see, you snot-nosed punk. Alright, interesting duel here. Mr. Indestructible and the sniper shot catcher and Kumanomi. Interesting. So we're kind of like, we're unironically flipping the dynamic of the original battle that Heisuke had with Kumanomi, where it was a big, beefy, brawly guy and a ranged individual against one person, that being Kumanomi. But now it's a big, beefy, brawler guy and Kumanomi herself up against one guy who's a ranged individual and Heisuke. Okay, interesting. I'm assuming Heisuke's going to get some help here because I think he's kind of diffed. Like, I genuinely don't know. I still don't know what he was thinking. Like, this was just dumb. Am I mean to this? Is this chapter worthy? Because this is it. This is the end of the chapter. And we're on a 2-week break. We're on break, by the way. I think it's... I'm not sure if it's golden. It's some all manga's on break. So I'm actually going to have a freeform week next week, which is actually kind of fun. But, with it being that, you expect a bunch of discussion videos. But, I'm kind of, do I give it, like, what am I really finding worth? I don't like the Atari stuff. I don't like that we don't get to see... I don't like the fact that we're introducing more characters when the current cast of characters isn't really fully fleshed out. But I do like Pantera, but then again, he lost his aura. I just don't like the Atari stuff. I think Heisuke makes a dumb decision here. Like, once again, I don't know what's the thought process behind this. Like, this is, like, genuinely, this is the stupidest move that you can make. Splitting up when you're fighting a new opponent who already showed that they hard counter you. Oh, no. I thought we were back to... Oh, but this is going to be so... Nah, that's it. I'll be real. I'm not... This chapter isn't worthy. But you know what? This chapter isn't worthy for a compound of issues, but I will genuinely say this one seems like it's going to be more of a me thing than another person's thing. But hey, you come to my reviews, let me give you my honest thoughts why I don't think this chapter is actually that worthy. Well, the end conclusion, a rematch between Heisuke and Kumanomi, understandable. I feel like a lot of people kind of expected this would happen. Heisuke getting his get back for Hyo seems legit. However, there are a couple things that are even wrong with this setup that I'll get into in a second. But let me go point by point, break by break, why I think this chapter kind of just doesn't end up being worthy. Because of multiple factors in narrative. Not really much power scaling stuff for me to get mad at this chapter, but, well, actually, the power scaling will lead into the end a little bit why I don't think the chapter's worthy. But still, let me break it down. First things first, I'm not the biggest fan of introducing new characters. Not here, not now. Obviously, I'm still like then a coin toss on whether or not we're in the final arc on the wind down or if we're still building, because you introduce more characters if you're still building. But at the same time, Gozu himself goes on to say the final battle's long begun, right? That's what he says, right? Yeah, the battle's long begun. So, well, he says the battle. So technically, we could not be an endgame. In fact, I could see us winding up to a non-endgame. So even if I were to remove that, right? Assuming Sakamoto still has like another 100 plus chapters in its repertoire, right? Like it still has way more in its bag. Introducing more characters when the last batch of characters you introduce haven't done much of anything is not that good, especially when you have multiple characters with open and unaddressed plot lines like Tenkyu's, like Kanaguri's, like Akira, like character, or if not unaddressed plot lines, characters who are here but you haven't really done too much with recently. Introducing 5 more characters on top of that, not very good. Number 2, killing the momentum of Nagumo versus Oki. This is a me thing, definitely. I get it, you can cut away from fights, but especially considering Nagumo versus Gaku ended in a very similar way, aka off screen, I'm not the biggest fan of cutting away from a major battle that's setting up the context for the rest of the battles. This kind of interrupts and kills all the pacing, and even if we cut to that battle next chapter, it'll feel weird, because we disconnected from that and we set up something completely different. I'm used to leaping around different battles, but you don't set up a battle that interesting with that much context and then just completely cut away from it. That's another reason I don't really like this chapter. Number 2, it feels like we're a little mixed. I'm a little mixed on these characters in general. I'm not the biggest fan of the girl. I just like, she's kind of, yay, crazy, kill people. I don't know. We've gotten like 50 of this character in Sakamoto Days so far. I don't care. I don't really care about the archetype. The brother is boring and annoying. I just don't like him. I don't like the designs are also kind of mid. I like Pantera's design. He's the only like new design I like. I mean, these designs are fine, and I do like that we have another ranged user, but okay, and whatever. I just don't care. I don't think he's gonna do anything. Ranged users like they don't like they're not gonna. These guys aren't gonna be effective. But that's admittedly some of the Sakamoto Days bias speaking through me. But ultimately, I'm not really a big fan of any of these characters, and all the aura that Pantera got was immediately sacrificed with this. You'd be like, Pencil, you really gonna judge him that much off of that? That plus the high-pitched voice? Yeah, kind of will. I just don't like it. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Though, I will admit his design is cool. And for Gozu, sort of asserting his dominance here, I like that. He's the leader, relative, at least to these group. I do like it, and I do like the aura he sets up for these 5. Once again, I don't really expect from these 5, and I think introducing more characters at this point is kind of like a bad thing, because we already have so many characters that still need time to do like their own thing before you introduce more. What are we doing? Number 2. This is not number 2. Where am I going? Brain, synapses, fire. Oh, this still just continues when you're not following up on anything. But back to what I mentioned earlier, the Dragon Ball Z Abridged reference. That's literally the second place we'd look. Why are they going to do the JCC? Like dog. Like really? I know it was established that the new order like cut ties with the JCC, but I wonder where they're going to take big bad Sakamoto man if they're not going to take him, if they're not going to store him in obvious place in city. Probably the other only secure place that the new order definitely still has access to. I think the whole idea of going there, kind of dumb. Not really the biggest fan of that. Kind of weird. I get we do need to have some sort of transport thing, I guess, to move Sakamoto. It makes sense to move Sakamoto, but taking him there, I don't know, kind of stupid. Number 3, Atari. I'm just not the biggest fan of the character, and I think she's a waste. I think her one established narrative purpose, which was to teach Shin, basically non-existent. I think the character itself is actually kind of annoying. And supposedly she's useless from now on, but because of Chekhov's guns just being laid out on the wall, obviously she's going to do something life-saving again later. Like it's just going to happen. And then it really is admittedly a narrative catch-22, because if she doesn't do anything later, then genuinely what was the point of this character? But at the same time, I don't want her to do anything. But she will do something because of Chekhov's guns and all that. So like I'm just not the big fan of Atari, how she's implemented. And also, we're not the type to rely on luck to survive coming from Boiled of all characters, and just in the Sakamoto Days manga is genuinely absurd. Like genuinely absurd. And obviously, whatever this guy's name is, also talking about luck is unscientific. There's no evidence it exists. After we've seen this character, like it feels like Suzuki Sensei is like smiling at me and like winking. Like Suzuki Sensei just feels like he told the funniest joke of all time. I'm not laughing. Kind of mid. Then the transport itself was going fine. Heisuke, specifically after seeing the guy palm his sniper shot, deciding the best course of action would be to leap out the back of the van and then fight the guy at close quarters. Even if it did knock them both off the bike, like, why? How stupid are this is just genuine A1 stupidity. It's not like he leapt out because he saw Kuminori was here. He literally decided to leap out the van even though he had the fastest assassin in the verse, or the fastest character in the verse on his payroll, who could have easily done the same thing and then gotten back to the van, and then they could have all stayed together, because splitting up was a bad idea. Like, it's just dumb. I don't care that it sets up Kuminomi versus Heisuke as a rematch. It's dumb. He shouldn't have done that. And Shin letting him go just to die, though obviously he's not going to, because Shin knows that no character can die in this universe. Real stupid. Not the biggest fan of that. And you may be like, hey, Pencil Man, what? I keep doing this to myself. I need to stop. And then, final thing, hey, Pencil Man, what do you mean you aren't excited for, what do you mean you aren't excited for the Heisuke versus Kuminomi rematch? Because they know Heisuke's not going to kill Kuminomi. Once again, nothing's going to happen. Kuminomi will be fine. Pantera is going to be fine. This is going to be a battle that is going to happen, and then nothing's going to happen. Because Heisuke's not a killer, and Kuminomi's not going to be able to kill Heisuke, because Heisuke's too narratively important. He's not a deuteragonist or anything. He's not immortal like Shin. But I don't think Heisuke's going to take any serious damage. And they could easily see one of our 3 non-main characters, or non-cast that's already currently with the group, showing up to help him here. Whether it be a Kamihate team up, which would be interesting, seeing the 2 snipers work together against this duo, and or Osuragi, and or Shishiba, and or all 3. Like, I just don't really see anything of substance coming from this, because of how Heisuke is formulated as a character. I could see an interesting Heisuke evolution, maybe, but he's going to disable them and then leave. Nothing's gonna happen. So, like, I don't know. This chapter, it just doesn't... it doesn't tickle my fancy in like any real way. And the one thing I like, which is Gozu asserting his dominance, this continues the trend of Gozu looking cool. But still, Gozu's barely a character. I don't even get a line from Taurus, who we know is here this chapter. It's just like, it's just a chapter that doesn't do anything for me. Sorry, this is being one of my more negative reviews again. I don't like being negative Sakamotodays though, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like that's what y'all come here for. Y'all come for my honest opinion. So there's my honest opinion on the chapter. Not worthy. But with it being the case, if you haven't always seen this video, please leave. Stop. It hurts. Yeah, like literally just that 3-word phrase, stop, it hurts, in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the OVK posts you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you can have a page down below, you can support me for as well as one, come on, things, exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member of the channel for as well as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions, so this user to review, add variations of all my videos, and if you become a $12 Patreon and $12 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also the link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You drop 5 memes a short video, 20 memes a long video, or any memes at all, and the support is always greatly appreciated. Now I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Zach on the pencil, writing off. I would like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Redwolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zara, Brandon Pade, J2MA, Guillaume, Buddha Uda, Alex Kenny, Enzo, Plant Crone, G Prosper, Swift Strike, Man, and Autumn Mornings Lazo, Cree Panem, Super Flame Zero, Yuki Ally, and Azo2404. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Dread Zoen, A+A, and Victor Raji. And then I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier members: Austin Wimberly, Euchia, and Shrimpo the Shrimp. With a long, juicy, thick, hefty thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Joaquin Munoz and Joaquin Munoz. With a final Ganshuin legendary super grumblyumptious thank you to our glorious, legendary, handsome, costume glazing king, Calvin Elder.